and welcome to a brand new episode of Black, White, and Red All Over. I'm Victor Dandridge, the hardest working man in comics.
I'm Ryan Seymour, a lover, not a fighter.
Maybe both.
Maybe
you
both.
Don't know. You don't know. You don't know. Don't count stuff out.
College was a weird time for me.
For all of us.
Best 8 years of my life. I'm not a doctor.
But you're mayor of Comic Town. And
That is
matters.
true.
That matters, ladies and gentlemen. Who's on top? He's always on top. All right, so we've got some books. This wasn't a huge week this week.
This was a week where Marvel skipped, DC skipped, and like for 45, 48 books, we still managed to be really, really different in our selections.
Yes, we did. It's funny though, I understand it's a holiday week, but when you've had months on end of books not coming out, skips are things like you don't get to do that no more. Like I feel a certain kind of way.
You know, it makes it hard for a shop to budget because like we're going into a week where I'm looking at not a particularly high potential sales figure based on inventory coming in, and then like next week, because next week's Marvel's back at it.
Oh my goodness.
DC's back at it.
So then you overstep.
Yeah.
And where's the balance, guys?
Yeah.
Come on. Talk to each other. Communicate. All right. So here we have nothing that's the same.
Yeah. Nothing up top's the same.
Oh my God. Okay. So honorable mention wise, where do you want to start?
The one that I'm interested in is Negan Lives, because that's one that is getting a lot of talk on the interwebs.
So Negan Lives is just that. Okay, it's Negan is getting ready to go on a solo adventure. This is first issue. Kirkman, Charlie Adlard, Skybound, Image. I don't know if you knew that. If you've not heard of The Walking Dead, I got nothing. But
they were in a coma.
Yeah, that could have happened. You just woke up and you were Rick Grimes, and that's it. But no, it's the bastard that we all love, and Negan on his own adventure, but still being very Negan about everything, which is slightly crazy, a bit maniacal, and it's wonderful. Like it's like a family member that you haven't seen in a while, and you remember like I don't always like you, but I missed you.
Yeah,
Negan.
Yeah.
You find out that Charlie Adlard actually saved Negan's life because there was a script written where he was supposed to die.
Really?
And like this is all in the back of the book. So like you find out that Negan was supposed to die. Charlie was like, "Hey, thoughts, ideas," and consequently Kirkman rewrote it and saved Negan's life. So Negan almost wasn't here no more. Yeah. So it's cool.
Very interesting.
Yeah. You know what I want to hear about. Oh, no. Yes.
Alrighty.
Yes.
From American Mythology Productions, Livingston, Kapitanakis, Frame and Frame is the creative team. See, I tried to make it
well done. No, I was with it.
Starring Sonya Devereaux, Spider Shark versus Snake Bear. And this is the homage cover to that classic horror comic from back in the day.
Now, here's my question.
Yes.
Is Sonya Devereaux a person, like a real person, or is this a character? And that makes it even more interesting that they're starring in this book.
I think they're a fictional. I don't know. Like that's the thing. I am not familiar with them.
Okay.
And I've watched a lot of your like B movie and that kind of thing. So if she exists, I apologize, Sonya. I must suck at my life. But it opens
That's what
up.
the Google machine is for.
Oh heck yeah! So it opens up with her at an interview with a Elvira type character.
Okay.
And talking about getting into the movie. It's one of the greatest things of all time, and it is really sci-fi, like the Sci-Fi Channel B movie, Toxic Avenger. Watch our thing on
You should totally watch that. It's totally terrible good.
And it's her character leading a elite group of black ops operatives to try to find a person that's not been eaten by a shark. That is a spider. And let's see all the glory that is the bear snake. There's that's Aardvarkus and Flagrante.
Wait. Are they?
Oh yeah.
Are they coitusing?
Yeah, they're Lego blocking.
How, Sway? How?
I don't know, man. Sometimes a shark got a.
I'm sorry. This is a quote. I don't think they're fighting at all. Oh yeah, he's comforting her so hard.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's got everything that you want.
But it's blurred out, so for the.
It totally is, which makes it better.
Yeah.
So I guess, I don't know. I was super entertained by it. It is completely...
but these are a lot of like Sonya Devereaux starring pieces.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, have I been missing stuff? So now I want to go on Instagram and check it out. But yeah, it's totally self-aware. It knows that it is a cheesy B to C level movie, low budget. It's fantastic, and its dialogue is just as trashy and I enjoyed it quite a bit and laughed
magic.
quite a few times.
That's magic. Speaking of kind of in that Saturday morning cartoonish vein, Wayward Legends. This is a new imprint offshoot. This is Absolute Comics Group, which is an offshoot of, let me make sure I say this right, it's an offshoot of Red Giant Entertainment. So they're related. You got the White Widow series as promoted here. This is related to. Everything in this like universe, though, is connected. So anything under the Absolute Comic Group is in the same universe. This one's written by Benny R. Powell, pencils by Waylon Yang, finishes by Yo Young, maybe, I hope that I'm saying that right, Yu Young Yang, and colors by Kun Sung. His first book's called Genesis. So here's the fun part. This is a interesting sci-fi-esque channel special, sort of retelling of the Greek gods.
Really?
Yeah. So if you are astute and a student of the pantheons like I am, you start to pick that up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So like the ship is called the Olympia, or right?
Yeah.
The beings on the Titan, but Tytan. So yeah, there's a guy named Herc. Let's see, what are some of the other fun names that I saw? There's Herc. There's where are you? Kronos is a character on here. And what's fun is like they make a very specific point to say everyone's name.
Yeah.
So you kind of get the idea of it. There's a character named Sidon, whose first name is probably like Poe or something like that. There's a character named Nisus, whose first name is probably Dio. I'm just guessing. I'm reaching. I'm reaching. But yeah, like it's just kind of fun like that. But to see like this is the beginnings of such a superhero-esque world and the things that happen to bring this on. But yeah, it's kind of
pretty cool.
It's kind of fun.
Very nice. Very nice.
Where are you going?
Well, I was going to go Nailbiter, but first you said superhero.
I did.
So I had to go The Boys. Dear Becky #2. Wow, that's such a...
I am so worried.
Written by Garth Ennis, illustrated by Russ Braun, colored by Tony Avinia, lettered by Simon Boland, covered by Derek Robertson, editor Joe Rybrandt. The Boys created by Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson.
Yes.
Yeah, so it picks up where the previous issue left off with Huey being aware of something that's coming down the pipe his way. He's having a touching moment at his parents' grave, which never goes according to plan in the Ennis verse. But we start to see where it kind of starts off and it's like real touchy-feely. And I'm like, this doesn't feel like The Boys. The Boys has always been this like...
super rough.
Like almost intentionally over the top. Like here's an archetype, and Garth Ennis goes there.
Right.
It just took a few pages.
Oh, okay.
And he totally does. And it's how to phrase it.
It punches you in the parts. Go ahead, you can say it.
It does.
Oh my God.
It does. Yeah. So it is the most crass misuse or perfect use of a cremation chamber by any human being in the history of comics. And while that's going on, just read that section.
Okay.
So if you've been missing, so if you've been missing The Boys on TV and that 3-minute clip hasn't got you satiated, swing by your local comic store, pick up Boys Dear Becky #1, Boys Dear Becky #2, and read it during the July 4th weekend and breathe it in, breathe it all in.
Season 2 coming to Amazon in September.
That's exactly.
Oh my God!
Because I was like, this isn't very boys-like, and then I got to that, I'm like,
you're like, never mind.
I apologize,
I take it back.
Garth. I apologize, Garth.
All right, so All America Comics with an X, number 1. This is, let's see, we've got Joe Casey, Dustin Nguyen. Dustin Nguyen. All we are is Dustin Nguyen. I've wanted to do that to him for years. Luckily, I don't know him, because I feel like if I did it, he would immediately have me evicted out of wherever we were. Let's see. It looks like this is from Image Comics. Let's see. Who all do we have on this? Brad Simpson, Sonya Harris, Russ Wooten. Okay, so here's the thing. Joe Casey is a dope writer. Fun concepts. What this is, I'm not even going to say seems to be, is a independent take a la Watchmen on America Chavez. Very much so.
Yeah.
To the point where if you take stock of...
I thought the character looked familiar.
Yes. If you look at some of the people who show up here, you can kind of get the impression that, they have some leanings.
If the authority could get away with it.
Yeah. Like, I think that's basically what we're looking at is this concept. I mean, can you imagine who this person is supposed to be with their metallic face and but it's going to seemingly tackle stories that Marvel would not do. It's got a very now feel. There's a lot of like narration that's done through like an Instagram post sort of framework, which is very clever. It speaks to the now. I do question like the validity of doing something like that because social media changes so quickly. Yeah. How soon will that become like, was that 2020? Oh, you guys are funny. Yeah. Like, I'm curious as to that. But I like the setup. It's very, like I said, it's very now. It's very hip, very current. And she has that mentality, like super millennial plus. She actually uses the OK Boomer phrase at least once. Nice. It does happen. But it does look like there's a grandiose cosmic adventure that's woven in here that is going to be kind of interesting to see it play out without the, profit loss considerations that Marvel would have to have. Like Disney's going to be like, you can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
This one, they're like, all right, we did it once before. Like you said, with the authority, we did it before. We do it again.
Yeah, because America's a character that's really, really cool, but Marvel is in that kind of bubble where how far can they push the envelope about anything? Right. And
this here
is like whatever,
we'll do what we want. And especially, when you look at a character like America Chavez, where she is very powerful, but in terms of the demographics, she's not exactly fanboy friendly. Yeah. So, we're talking, Hispanic basis, lesbian character, wearing the, pseudo wearing the American flag, but actually probably wearing the Puerto Rican flag. Yeah. Like, all kinds of things that, the powers that be might be like, don't know.
Can we dial it back?
Can we
make her a little bit more Caucasian?
Yeah. Instead of America Chavez, how about America Jackson?
Like, it's okay if she's a lesbian, but just give her a boyfriend.
Right. And you're like, I don't think that word means what you think it means.
Yeah.
Like
no.
What? But so
go crazy.
Yeah, this one I think is a fun take. Like I said, Authority, Watchmen. You take an archetype or even a specific character, and you know that there are stories that aren't going to be told like that. Yeah. Tell those stories. That's awesome. I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm. Looks really cool. I'm going to have to read that now.
Yes, you will. Because Dust in the Wind.
Not as cool as Dust in the Wind. We got Nailbiter Returns #2. It's so fantastic. Josh Williamson and Mike Henderson team up to just present the most offbeat, nasty, serial killer-ish stuff. So, Nailbiter from the original one, if you haven't seen any of my gushing reviews of any Nailbiter, the town had the most serial killers ever, and they all had like weird shticks to them.
They promote that.
Yeah, like Nailbiter. And so this one picks up where a family is almost serial killed.
Oh.
Yeah. And one of the things that it wasn't until today I was really like processing it in my head, thinking about what makes it so disturbing.
Right.
I think it has to do with the colors. Adam Gazowski does. It leaves this very clinical, very clean sort of thing in an environment where you're like, this is not clean.
Yep.
This is horrible.
It's like bland when there's actual terrible things going on.
Yeah, which like sedates you into this like, oh, it's not really this dude getting.
What?
Yeah, because in the shadows you can see. So basically, it picks up from the previous issue one, which once again, go pick it up. This is going to be a great holiday reading for you in the States.
Oh my God!
This daughter of a serial killer, Nailbiter, her mom's gone missing. She's now teaming up with the main policeman from the first issue, from the first series, to try to find her mom. But they're now embroiled in a greater scheme where there is someone impersonating and killing the serial killers from the original town, but they're all dead at this point, so it makes it really weird.
Killers.
Yeah, but they're creating surrogate killers to kill, which takes it to this next level. And you see a set, which is just,
what?
Yeah, it's just fantastic, and the plot twist that hits you, so well done. Like I can't wait for issue 3. So, guys, bravo.
Love it. All right, so moving on to the acrylic.
We have doses that are the same.
Yes. Where do you want to go?
All right, I neglected to read it just because I was trying to figure out what to do with all the free copies I've got of it. Talk to me about Zipa Firepower.
Firepower. It's a new series. Robert Kirkman, Chris Samnee, Matt Wilson, Russ Wooten. Okay, this is a weird thing. Okay, so it's coming out, this Prelude, as a trade paperback.
Yeah.
But there's the free comic book day issue that seems to be available same time.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to read the free comic book day one after this. So let me just read this to you. Owen Johnson's journey to China to learn about his birth parents eventually leads him to a mysterious Shaolin temple.
Of course.
Right? The students there study to rediscover the firepower, the lost art of throwing fireballs. A power they claim will be needed soon to save the world. Will Owen Johnson be the first person in 1,000 years to wield the firepower? That sounds super cool, very fun.
Yeah.
The writing of this is crisp, light. I literally read this trade paperback while I was here at the shop. So there's a lot here, and it's only $10, which is, damn it, that's a dream. Like if everything could come out in this size for $10, I mean, you're talking some Shonen Jump level reading material. Characterization's amazing. Everything is dope. And then the twist that you get at the end, because while you get hints of it the whole time, of the modernity of it all, you don't really see it until you get to this concept. And all of a sudden you go, whoa, you're like smacked in the face with it.
Yeah.
And there's a moment here.
Oh, yes.
There's stuff. So I have not read the follow-up piece.
Yeah.
I'm losing my mind because I want it really bad. But that was an adventure. Like literally, you talk about world building. I learned so much about what you need to do in order to start a project, make people feel it. This is it. Like if this is your issue 0,
not bad.
You win. You win. 100%. Yeah.
I'll have to order some more.
Yes.
All right. AWA Upshot. Devil's Highway #1, Benjamin Piercy, Brent Schoonover, and Nick Filardi. So this one is a crime-based one.
Okay.
It takes place, I think, in Minnesota.
I believe that. I think Brent is from the Minnesota area.
Oh, Wisconsin.
Okay.
So, if you are a fan, because the main character, Samantha, has come back to her father's hometown, presumably for the holidays.
Okay.
And instead runs into a situation where her father has been murdered.
Oh.
And she is now going to set about finding out who the killer is.
That's a crappy, return home.
It kind of is.
Yeesh.
But there is a very girl with a dragon tattoo kind of vibe to her. Where she is no nonsense. There is some kind of backstory that we're not aware of yet at how badass she is. She's very tech savvy. She's very brilliant. If she isn't doing something in Homeland Security or private investigation or something,
that's their fault.
Because she is already working the case and taking it's so good. The dialogue is crisp. The way they have the thought bubbles for her. The way she moves around and just
Oh wow, that's great storytelling.
Yeah, the art is just amazing because it gives you that like.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think of anything other than like the American version of the girl with the dragon tattoo, but that's
a perfect vibe though.
It's coming off the pages. So the art team and the colorist just absolutely nailed it, and I can't wait for issue 2. I'm going to be jumping on the Diamond website to make sure I've got enough ordered, and that coming out.
Yeah, that looks problematic.
But really, really cool. There might be something supernatural. I don't know.
Okay.
But it's very grounded, very modern noir.
That's awesome.
Yeah, really, really cool. Great company.
I like that. Can we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dark Red number 10, Aftershock, Tim Seeley, Corin Howell.
This can't be the final issue, right?
I feel like it's the final issue of this arc, and I'm okay with that, believing that there's more to come.
Yes.
Like, there's definitely more to come. Chip and Evie, they are my favorite vampires now. Is that weird?
No.
Like, I love them. I love the world of weird that they're in.
Yeah.
The Were people are fantastic. I thought they were going to be kind of like one note, one off type things. Like they just kind of show up.
Yeah, like here's your issue.
Yeah.
And then move on. But no.
No, these look like long-term things. And I think the concept of Were being more than wolves
Yeah.
is kind of amazing.
It opens up to a whole bunch of stuff.
Like a whole bunch.
Because how many werewolves can you have in a city?
I mean, they're always peeing on stuff. Like
Right.
that's just weird. But a Were gator
Live in the sewers? Were cats?
works for me.
Yeah.
Works for me. Yeah, I enjoyed this a lot. Like, so very much.
Because it's filled with, like, it is, if it is going to be the final issue,
Don't put that out there.
Tim, it is not the final issue, please.
Not the final issue.
If it is the final issue of this story arc,
Thank you.
it has the redemptive moments where the character makes that sacrifice.
100%.
And that speech was just hysterical.
Oh my God.
We're seeing
Hilarious.
the cleverness of how do I get out of this problem?
Right.
And just it's so well done. If you're afraid of blood, I wouldn't pick this
Dark
book
Red,
up.
y'all. 10 issues in, you should know it gets sticky. But if you are a fan of interesting, character or an interesting twist on the supernatural story types, this is where you need to be.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be living here. Because I would watch this show.
Yeah.
Like, I would 100% watch this show.
Because it starts off in the South.
Right.
And so the immediate thing you're going to think is, True Blood, True Blood.
There we go.
It is not, though.
No.
Because it looks at way more socio-political things. It also mixes in the other monsters or archetypes in a totally different way.
Yep.
It's sweet. It's endearing. The story arc where we find out the backstory about World War II.
Yes. Still one of my favorites.
Yeah, that should have been
Still one of my
nominated for a
favorites.
single issue Eisner.
It definitely should. It wasn't?
I don't think.
Oh, that's a failure. That's a
But
failure.
really, really good. The art, Corin just absolutely
Nails it.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely
just
nails it.
fantastic, and it's a good read. There's the trade paperback.
Right.
There's going to be the second volume trade paperback coming out at some point. But once again, if you're looking for something that is red, white, and blue, you might check out Dark Red. Pick up that trade before you go out of town for the holiday weekend.
There it is. Dark red, white, and blue.
Mhm.
I like that.
This takes me back.
I forgot.
Jason Aaron reminded us.
Yeah. The Goddamned, The Virgin Brides, issue 1. Let's just call it what it is. Yet again. If Jason Aaron wrote the Bible with the same sort of tender love and care that Stephen King would approach really the nuance of characters and their interactions. That's what this is. Like,
It's the ultimate Old Testament. Like Marvel 2000 Renaissance, the ultimate New Old Testament.
yeah. New Testament Max line.
Yeah.
The Comics Code Authority is not approving this book at all.
Yeah, not one bit.
Yeah. Jason Aaron, R.M. Guerra, Julia Brusco.
It's fantastic.
First of all, yeah.
And Fletcher, the way the lettering is so unique. I don't know any other book, at least no other book is really jumping at me right away that has that subtle style to it that makes it, even though we're reading in English, it kind of gives you this feel that it's something different.
It's a European comic style. That's what it feels like. All around, I think this book reads like a European comic.
Oh yeah,
it's got like a very Mobius type feel.
No, totally.
It. And it's ethereal. It's dark.
Yeah.
The dialogue is real. Like you don't doubt it at all. Like it's not like, well, why did they say that? Or, why did you use that word? Like you get every bit of it. There's a dark poetry to it. Like,
that poor
There's okay. I mean, we already called it by its name,
and
that's already a no-no for many of the things that we do. But so this is a phrase. There's a phrase in this book. Your lady main.
Yeah.
It messed me up because I was like, oh my God, what, like a perfect phrase?
Yeah.
But no, like all around,
all together.
Yeah.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, but it was just, it was such a visceral word use that I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one, man.
I had thought, and this is me being presumptuous. I thought that this was going to be a sequel to the first Goddamned, which was. I mean,
I don't know that it's not.
I think it's still pre-Deluge.
Yeah.
Which then lines up with what's
happening. It's
happening.
6, so.
Yeah. It's probably the worst dating app you could ever use. But yeah, it's
terrible. It's terrible. I can't believe you said that.
It doesn't take a biblical scholar to know that because it's called Virgin Brides, and it's taking place before the flood. There were the things called the Nephilim, which were the sons and daughters of humans and
angels.
So, and this is how it gets done.
It says mature content. Believe them.
It is not lying.
Believe them. The lady warriors would give the Amazons a run for their money.
Oh yeah, they look badass.
They really do. If Diana Themyscira grew up with them, Man's World would have burned. She would have actually invaded it and took over.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's that. Mother, sister, mother, all creepy terms.
Yeah. I'll never look at a nursery the same way.
Ever.
No.
There's so many terms there. Like just, the flower reference.
How many rough drafts did Aaron have?
Oh my gosh.
And was like, that's
too much. That's not enough. Just right.
Yeah.
Like, did he Goldilocks this?
Right?
Like, is there something in this that somebody told him was too much? Whether it was him or the editor.
Maybe.
Like who?
What was too far?
Right. Like, what was? I don't know. The apparently the act from the angels is not as sweet.
No.
Not as sweet.
No.
Does not read as well. Does not come off as comforting at all.
It's, definitely not like a shark spider or a bear snake.
Or it is. I don't know. We didn't see. So
it's all digitalized out.
Yeah, it could be gratuitous. It's a phenomenal read, though.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
It feels like you're reading something biblical.
Yes.
Like it's got that sort of grandioseness to it, this mythic feel to it.
Yeah. Which, I mean, on this series especially, Jason Aaron does that. Like he makes that work. So, gosh, how long has it been since the first series came out?
Forever.
Right. Like
it's been
some years, man.
Was he doing Thor by that point, or was
I don't think so. Or maybe he had just started Thor.
Yeah,
and it came out at the same time. Like it's been a while because he was on Thor for like 5 years.
Yeah.
So, wow, that's crazy. Definitely check that one out.
Yes.
That's your literature consumption for sure. Because you'll feel like you read a book after you read that one. If you like what you saw, click the like button. And if you want that notification and you don't want to miss out, click the subscription and the bell, so that way we get dropped off in your inbox every week.
Yeah.
Because we got good stuff to bring for you.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
Yep.
And coming soon, our Patreon is coming back.
Yep.
Special editions.
Yep. We are lining up an interview with one of our personal favorite creators.
Yep.
So here's hoping that email will get an official time in it, and we'll get you going again.
Yes. So tune in, check us out on Patreon. But again, subscribe so you get this every week. It's for free.
Yeah.
You get all this for free.
Yeah. You might still want your money back. I don't know.
No, they get no money back.
That's true.
They get this business, and you'll like it.